Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early February 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Pisces collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for Pisces gang in early February? We're getting pretty close to Pisces season. Birthday season's a couple weeks away. So what energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces in early February. What's the vibe here? What is the energy? There we go. Nice and quick. All right. Queen of Swords, huh? Now, she isn't the literal Queen of Swords, but the energy that she embodies just like screams Queen of Swords to me, which isn't a bad thing. It's usually like a very practical, logical type of energy. But she could be a little strict in her ways, right? Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So again, this deck I'm using is an oracle deck, so it's not all the classic tarot cards, but we have this strong, divine, feminine figure here with the big crown, and to me, it's just Queen of Swords vibes all day. Now, for some of you, this could be an air sign you're connected to, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But if that's not the case, what do I think of with the Queen of Swords? She represents the internal embodiment of the sword suit. So I think of someone that's extremely intelligent, smart, sharp as a whip, right? Like this is an energy where it's like very practical, pragmatic, and intelligent. So I love it for that. The sword suit is great for when it comes to communication. But, I mean, she is honest and truthful, but that could be to a fault. So for some Pisces, watch your tongue in this time because this energy is very straightforward to the point, no BS. The downside to her, sometimes she could be a little mean, right? Sometimes she could be a little sharp with her words and a little hurtful, a little detached, and sometimes she does show up when something needs to be taken seriously. So again, this could be someone you're connected to. It could be you. Maybe you're in this Queen of Swords mode where it's like, no, I'm not connecting to very soft energy this week, at least with that card. So we're just going to let her chill out. Don't want to make her mad. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Pisces gang. What do we got? While we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So the reading was titled They Are Mad, and the big vibe I was picking up was someone being quite grumpy. So for some Pisces, maybe you're a little grumpier than you normally are. Maybe someone you were dealing with was a little riled up. It did feel a little aggressive, more so than I'm usually used to seeing in a Pisces reading. So hopefully nothing too wild happened. Just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take what hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Pisces, gang. What do we got here in early February? 8 of Cups. Yeah, this energy's on the go. That energy's on the move. Now, some people aren't a big fan of the 8 of Cups, but I like it. I like action, especially in the first position of a spread. But yeah, this energy, it's like on the go. Let's get a couple more. Okay, yeah, I mean, 10 of Pentacles, that's good. I'm cautiously optimistic here, Pisces. Let's get one more, and we'll piece it all together. What do we got for Pisces, gang? What do we got for Pisces? The deck is being very specific now. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so right here on the back end, we do have the 7 of Pentacles. So there is a big earthy presence in the Pisces reading this week, which again, that's an element that could be very comfortable for a Pisces, depending. Hopefully it's not a frustrating energy. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know I always like to look at the elements first. It informs how the energy flows or the areas of life that could be important. And there is an abundance of pentacles, abundance of earth. Then we have a little bit of water. So both of those are elements that are pretty comfy for a Pisces or someone with Pisces placements. So in position number one, we have the water. That's your power element. That's your power zone right there. Water is the internal world. It's the world of emotions and feelings, emotional expression. It could be creative pursuits, so writing, music, drawing, you name it. It's just, it taps into the arts and the creativity. So I love water for that. It could also deal with people or things or situations that we have a strong emotional attachment to. So the water could be cool. The only downside to water energy is sometimes it's a little up in the air. You don't know, is it going to go this way or that? Like there's a hanging type of energy when it comes to water because it's like, it's always flowing, right? So we'll take a look. It's unsure. Now, over here, this is the total opposite, and that's why these elements work so good together. We got pentacles. And I always say when I see water and earth in the same spread, that's always a sign of potential blessings to me. Now, when I look at earth, I think of sense of security, sense of stability. I think of routine, predictability. Earth energy could represent work, career, business, finances. It could represent home and family. So there's like this big earthy presence showing up for the Pisces this week. And I mean, that could bode well, but the downside to earth is it's not flexible enough, right? Like, whereas the water, it's very flexible, more flexible than it needs to be. Earth energy could sometimes feel stuck. It could sometimes feel a little clunky and not flexible enough, or something's not moving at the right speed. But I'm okay with it so far. Let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we got the Eight of Cups. Now, a lot of people and readers, you see that card, you think, oh, I'm walking away from something, or someone's walking away from something. And yes, it can mean that. But to me, I see this card as a neutral. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Now, if we look at the symbolism here, there are 8 full cups that this person is walking away from. You got the nightscape going on there. We got the moon up in the sky. So it does imply a little bit of mystery, like somebody going off into the unknown or what's right around the corner. So it could be adventure seeking for some people. But when I think about the action, it's either coming or going, right? It doesn't always have to be walking away. This could be an energy that's coming in too. So always keep that in mind. Now, we're going to have to see where it flows because we do have a lot of earth here. But the downside to the Eight of Cups, sometimes it can represent abandoning something. Sometimes it can represent giving up on something or walking away. But always remember, this person's not just walking away from the 8 cups. They're moving to the 9 and then the 10. So this to me is a card of a journey, a process. So we'll look at that much further, of course. Now, the reason I am very optimistic is because this individual is walking into the unknown, heading right towards the Ten of Pentacles, one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. And a lot of readers would also agree that this is one of the best cards. I think of stability, of course. You see the happy family. They got their little puppies. I think of expansion. I think of level up type of energy. So when I see this card, I think of blessings. I think of victories and wins, specifically in the earthly realm, but it could be relationship based as well, depending on what you're going through. This is a positive result. This is something we want to see. This is a big win on a high scale. So hopefully that does come in. What might be the downside of this card? Now, this isn't necessarily a downside. It can just represent people that you're related to or people in your circle or living related stuff. But the Ten of Pentacles, to me, can sometimes be a little too set in its ways, right? And knowing what I know about Pisces energy, especially being a Pisces rising myself, I know that Pisces need a little bit of flexibility sometimes. Like energy that's too stiff or unchangeable doesn't vibe well with Pisces energy. But I'm not saying that's definitely the case. It's just something to be aware of as we move further. Now, on to the back end, we do have the Seven of Pentacles. Cool. Now, we see the individual, they're waiting by that bush, just letting those pentacles grow. They have planted the seeds. Now they're waiting to reap their harvest, right? So in the positive sense, this is a card that connects heavily to nature. So needing time in nature, depending on where you are in the world, you might not be able to be out in nature because of the weather. But the Seven of Pentacles, to me, is normally refreshing. It's a time, like, I don't want to say calm before the storm, but this person is waiting on their reward, right? This to me is a huge card of a payoff. It's a card of patience. So again, whether we're trusting a journey, trusting a process, the Seven of Pentacles is like, let's wait and see. So there's a strong patience here. What might be the downside to this card? I'm sure you could guess it. Sometimes it can be delays. Sometimes it could be something that you'd rather it speed up or something come in quicker or just do something, because this energy can get very dry and dull. It is also, I have to mention it, one of the bigger karmic cards in the whole entire deck. To me, it is a card of reaping what you sow. So we're going to have to see, is this a karmic situation? It doesn't have to be. I mean, we have some good potential energy here. But what I want to dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Pisces, gang? What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Cups. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Eight of Cups. Yeah, watch for frustration. That's something that just popped in, especially with all the pentacles. Watch out for frustration, cabin fever, stuff like that, boredom. Yeah, this energy's on the go. I mean, we have the Six of Swords in the upright. This is an energy that's on the move. So again, whether this could be an energy that's coming in hot, coming at you, like this is huge action right here on the front end. So for some of you, if there's something you've had in the works, something you've been wanting to do for a while, something you are urged to do, it's all over the place where it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the thing, which could be great. Remember, the Six of Swords is a card of improvement. Sure, it could represent distance and travel, taking trips, yes. But to me, I think of coming out of choppy waters into calm. So when I see the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords, it's like, let me find something better, or let me find a better way to do this. So I am thinking of improvement, but there is big action coming in. So whether this is action you're putting forth or an action that's coming your way, it's showing up very, very strong right here on the front end. And I'm not really concerned about it, honestly. I feel like this might actually be really good action. If this is a change, if this is a shakeup, it's probably a good one. Or at least there's good intentions behind it. The only thing I'll say here, Pisces, because remember I said watch the frustration in this time. When I see the Eight of Cups and Six of Swords, it's like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to do that. Like, it's brushing things off and saying, I'll get around to it. So, like, there is this energy that could potentially kick a can down the road, so to speak. So, like, there's this energy that could put something off. But aside from that, it's action at some point, right? Like, let's keep going. Let's go in on the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, just watch out for that. Let's see why the Ten of Pentacles is here for Pisces. What do we got for Pisces, gang? Please. Thank you. Yeah, all right. So we have the Tower in reverse underneath this Ten of Pentacles. I like the Tower in this configuration. Now, the Tower is Scorpio energy. If you're connected to Scorpio or have Scorpio placements, nothing to worry about. It is an energy of shock, even in reverse. Sometimes a Tower in reverse could represent towers that have already happened or things that still linger with us. But the fact that it's in reverse is a hint to me, at least in my style as the reader here, that the Ten of Pentacles with the Tower in reverse is something happening that you knew it would happen. But it feels good. Feels like a good thing. So yeah, could it be a shocking win or a victory? Absolutely. But it's like, I'm shocked, but I'm not. It's like, I kind of knew it was going to happen. So it's like, I'm shocked, but I'm also not. Like, I kind of knew how it was going to turn out. Everyone knows Pisces has a great intuition, right? Like, you could usually hone in on things well before they happen. So it doesn't feel like a bad Tower to me. It really doesn't. And remember, this could be, hitting the reset button. It could be clean slate. But when I see the Ten of Pentacles with the Tower in reverse, yeah, it could be something that comes in quicker than expected. So with all this action, now the Tower in reverse, it's like, oh, okay, that was quicker than I thought it would be. But it feels good. I feel like it could be a shocking win or victory. But there's also this little part of it that I can't let go of where it's like, yeah, but I knew it was going to happen. Yeah, I knew. Like, I'm shocked, but I'm not. Let's keep going. I'll take that. I think that's claimable. So let's go in on the Seven of Pentacles. Then we'll do a quick recap. Another thing I'll say to watch out for, especially with all this energy in the front, really watch out for boredom. Watch out for cabin fever. Because again, we have all these good energies. I'm not discounting that. But like when I see this combination, like the Eight of Cups, Six of Swords, Ten of Pentacles with the Tower in reverse, I could see somebody feeling bored or like feeling like they're watching paint dry. So just watch out for that. But let's go in on the Seven of Pentacles. I get bored by things quickly in this time. Okay, I'll take it. Cool. Yeah, love it. So we got the Two of Cups in the upright underneath the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, I've been waiting for this. Beautiful. And again, we're not just going to pigeonhole this only into relationships, but if you are watching this for relationships, even better, right? So the Two of Cups is a card of soul ties, partnerships, people that we could depend on. So could it be a karmic connection? Maybe. I'm not getting all the signals that, like, oh, this person was meant to come in and teach you a lesson. I'm not getting that this reading. I'm not saying that's not the case. But the Two of Cups is a smooth energy. And like when I see the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, all right, took you long enough. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So whether it's a friend, whether it's a family member, it's like someone that arrives at the perfect time. That's just how it feels to me. Now, again, this could be an energy that's still to come. It could be one that's recently happened. But Seven of Pentacles with the Two of Cups, it's worth the wait. Someone or something was worth the wait. That's just how the big vibe is to me. Where it's like, yeah, it took you long enough. I think it's great. Now, for some of you, could this be someone waiting on you? Maybe. Could it be someone waiting on you to make a move? Possibly. But we do have the action. We have a lot of things pointing towards a very positive result, especially in the middle. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. So whether you're watching for work or other things or just taking a look at the energy, I think we have a pretty good vibe going this week, Pisces. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have the Eight of Cups with the Six of Swords. Yeah, the energy's making moves, making action. So whether that's you, remember what I said about the boredom, you might be quick to get bored easily in this time, more so than you normally are. You might need to shake things up. But the main vibe I'm picking up here is someone coming in hot, someone coming in heavy. So could be a person for some of you. Moving to the center, we have the Ten of Pentacles with the Tower in reverse. To me, shocking winner victory for sure, but to me, it's like I'm surprised, but I'm not. It's giving me that kind of vibe. For some of you, it could be something that comes in or happens quicker than you thought it would. But I still feel like there's something about it where it's like, I kind of had a feeling. Moving to the back end, we have the Seven of Pentacles with the Two of Cups. Yeah, it's like it took you long enough type of energy here. Something being worth the wait. But I just love how the energy culminates all over. So for a lot of you, if you're going through relationship things, this could be a nice calming down and settling in with relationships. There could be a lot of energies pointing at good stuff. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Pisces, please? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They can be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. What do we got? What do we got? Thank you. Cool. Six of Cups. Yeah, they're the revisiting. Okay, so the Six of Cups has a lot of similarities to the Two of Cups in the main part of the spread, where it can talk about soul ties, soul connections, people that we were meant to meet. I tried to stray away from the karmic connection thing, but this is one of those cards as well. But a big thing with the Six of Cups is history, the past. So for some Pisces, you might be taking a lot of trips down memory lane. Maybe you're going to talk to someone you haven't talked to in a while, or there could be something where you're going to repeat it. That's a big thing when this card is here. But the downside to the Six of Cups is sometimes it could be someone like a little bitter, right? Or thinking about bad memories and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that you're bitter. I'm not saying that someone you're connected to is. But the Six of Cups is in reverse, especially the shadow side, is an energy that's been through a lot. So if you've been through a lot recently, or in life itself, you've been through a lot, Spirit might want you to be patient with yourself or with this person, whoever it is. So we're just going to put it down right there, Pisces. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The February subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com, so we could have a little chat. My February calendar is up, so go check that out. They usually go pretty quick. But for the February subscriber surprise, we're doing a nice different style this month. We're doing a winner's choice. So the winners, which will be 3, will have their choice of the Tarot of the Owls, the Gilded Tarot Royale, or a handmade crystal pendant from my shop, mastermetaphysics.com once again. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards we saw in this week's reading, which one caught your attention the most? Whether it really inspired you or hit you right in your feelings. anyone that stood out to you, and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.